Good morning, I'm David Smalley with Elves and Angels. I'm here to do a video, first of all, on Walker's Wagon. And I'll show you the parts here, and we can get started. It's not many, and this is very simple. Your handles, your dowel, the bottom of Walker's Baltic birch. The logo goes down. The rear end and the front end, you'll see these grooves here. This is what we're going to slide this bottom into once we get it assembled. And the sides, they look like this on the outside and this on the inside. This also is the groove for the bottom. The back slides in here and the front slides in here. And all hardwood products, which this is a hardwood product, have already been assembled in the shop. We know they work. There's no question that they're not going to work because we already put them together for you. And we've simply taken them apart, and you're just going to line up the screw with the hole. And it's actually very easy. I'll get started right now. First of all, we'll put in the front end. Okay, it slides in that groove there. It's best to have a flat working surface. Actually, a hard one would be good so that you don't push down too far on one part, like a table or a floor or anything. You can see this groove. Okay, and you see these screw holes. I'll have Jacob bring these in for you. See, if you can't figure out how to line it up, stick your screw like this, and there's a hole in the end of it. Put it there like that, and then just screw it in. Okay, once you're in the groove. See, it's right in there. If you get one screw, all the rest are going to fit. This has already been assembled. Okay, so put this in. You can use either Phillips screwdriver or a screw gun like I'm doing. I use the screw gun because it saves us time in the videos, and it saves you time from sitting there having to watch the video for 25 minutes. So we're putting in the rear, one side of the rear. Again, if you feel resistance here, when you're screwing this in, I mean, you're going to feel some resistance because it's hardwood, but if it's not going in, you're not in the hole. Just pull that out a little bit and stick your screw through just a little bit and just line up the hole. After that, you're all set. This has already been done. So you're not going to run into resistance there unless you're trying to create a new hole, which is not necessary. Okay, so we have the ends on the side now. We're going to flip it over, take our back with the logo down on the bottom. It slides into this track. You can hear it click into there. Now you can see this, and you can see this. This locks into here. All of our flat pack products are done with grooves so that they all lock together. This is extremely strong way of making product and ease of assembly. It's a little difficult in production, but it makes it so you can do just as good of a job as I could do, and I make my living. I've made my living like this for almost 50 years. So that's why we do this. It would be easier for us to assemble them in the shop, to tell you the truth, but with the environmental concerns of shipping assembled product lines and so on and so forth, it seemed right to us to go to the flat pack around 7 or 8 years ago. So I've got the 4 screws on this side in. Basically right now the wagon is actually assembled. I'm going to put the handles in. This is what we call a Chicago bolt. You'll see. All right, I'm going to take the holes here, and you'll see we already have the receiving end of the Chicago bolt there. All right, you want to take this Chicago bolt right here, and line it up with that top hole. You'll hear it click in, and then you're just going to, I'm going to swing it around for you so you can see where I'm talking about right here. Screw that in. It gets one screw. And this is an adjustable handle. It will adjust 2 inches higher if you choose as your child grows. They don't have to outgrow the wagon. So I'll just screw that in. Okay. Now we're going to put this side in. Sorry. Maybe you can see this a little better here as I'm doing it. Put that in the top hole, unless you want it taller than that, unless you have a very tall child, which some people do. And we go like this. Again, make sure you have that threaded correctly. It's not resisting you putting it in, because you don't want to strip the threads. It goes in very easily. Just take your time, make sure you've actually got it so it's hand turning in and it's not a problem. The handle, we're going to spread this a little bit at the top, like that. Your handle's in. If you receive a walker's wagon with screw holes here, it means that we want you to put 2 screws in here to hold the handle. The walker's wagons that we will be doing in the future will not have screw holes. The handle will simply rest in here. These do not get plugs. These are not meant to be plugged. We have to drill too far, and it weakens the piece if we were to have it drilled, plugged there. So at this point, that's your wagon. We're going to do the wheels now. These are the axles. You're going to get 4 wheels, obviously. These are the axle caps. I'm going to show you what to do. What I would suggest is have something hard. Don't do this on like a table or something that you want. Take a block of wood or anything. Cap your cap on one end like this, and then get this one. Okay. You'll know when it's down. It will just stop and seat in there. Okay, now we have that. I'm going to take a wheel. I'm going to go like this. This is the outside. This is the inside that goes against the wagon. Do this. Do this. And then there are holes. 1, 2, and there's corresponding holes on the other side. You're simply going to take this, slide this down in here like this, slide this like this. And we hold on to it like that. Flip it over. We take these wheels, do more like this, this, and then you got caps. You're going to go on here, same thing, cap them in. Now, there's only one thing left to do here for you. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 holes that are going to take plugs. Take Elmer's glue, school glue of any sort. Take a dab on the edge of the hole, and take plugs that are included with this. Put it in there. I will say one thing about plugs. They're susceptible to moisture, either in our building or your building. Sometimes they can swell, sometimes they can shrink. If it's been really humid for a long time, they may be swelled, they may be tight to put in. Other times they may just drop right in. There's nothing we can do about it. We always use the same size drill, and we always order the same size plugs. Unfortunately, sometimes they will swell. Just, if it's tight, tap it in like that. They should always have glue, and I'd tap them in to seat them against the glue anyways. Basically, that is Walker's Wagon. We've made these for many, many years. This is a different style, a new style that we like very much. It handles extremely well. That a child can turn it, no problem whatsoever. So we're pleased with it. we've received videos from some people where they've given it to a toddler, especially one that's actually ready to walk, but just has trouble with it, and they just motor around the building or around corners and so on and so forth, and they're just delighted with the thing. So we think you'll like it. If you ever have any problems with it, make sure you let us know, and we can help you out with anything. Thank you very much for buying Elves and Angels.